These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. You know what's really terrifying? That unfinished college degree lurking in the background, just sitting there waiting for you. That's where Southern New Hampshire University comes in. With flexible online degree programs, there's no commuting, no rigid schedule, and no more excuses. Plus, they have some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to learn more before your degree becomes just another story about what could have been. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state. Hey, weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And I'm Alvin.
And I'm Francel.
And this is Morbid with a little crossover.
Affirmative murder is here.
Man. First of all, I have to let you guys know that we're bringing in behind the closed curtain. That we're going to open that curtain up like Wiz. You guys are fulfilling something for me and Fran. We've been beefing for years now. I guess years. Whenever I came on and guested, had a great time. But Fran wasn't able to make it for scheduling reasons. And he's been holding that over my head since that time has happened. He's been very aggressive and saying all kind of passive aggressive things. We've come to blows almost several times. So it feels good to get a redo and have the full quartet here. And so I want to say thank you, Fran. Please speak and let the people know that you're real.
I am real. It's an honor to be on here with you guys. I would say the queens of true crime podcasting.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. So
I gotta turn red.
I think the last time Alvin maybe hired somebody to like flat my tires, so I couldn't come last time. So
you can't prove that.
That's why I didn't make it.
You can't prove that.
I'm happy to be here though.
We're happy to have you guys. I love that's what as soon as we got on, I was like, Fran is here. Like we get to meet Fran. The whole crew is here. We had so much fun collabing with Alvin last time, but we were like, we need a Fran.
Something felt like it was missing a little bit.
It's his fault. Let's blame it on him.
We'll blame it on Alvin.
This took a turn I did not expect.
Alvin, why don't you just go?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'll be on by myself.
Let's just get out of here. First of all, we're in my house, so no. I will not be forced out of my home this way. But yes, again, like Fran said, thank you guys for having us. It's great to see you guys again. Always a great time having the conversation with you guys individually and together.
I know that's been so fun too.
I know
we've done a couple of those over the years.
Yeah. So yeah. You guys are cool peeps.
We try. So are you.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful family right now.
Why don't you get out of here?
Suddenly
Turned
it's
them
flipping.
back on my side.
We can all be in this together. We're a family
Yes.
here.
Alina's
It's a team.
like, stop arguing.
I'm like, no, I don't want
other.
kids arguing. But you know what? We've got something kind of wild to talk about today. And I'm really excited about it a little bit because it's different.
It is
than what
different.
we've done on our show.
I felt like you guys would enjoy a conversation about a medieval tool of execution and how things come to an end. You know, one day people just stopped planking. Like one day a guy did a plank and then everybody was like, oh, that's not in anymore.
That's not cool.
And so this is the execution version of that. I felt like it's always cool. It's interesting to see when trends, subside. And this happened in this case with the guillotine.
You know, like TikTok sounds go out of style.
Yeah.
Stop. They're like, why are you using that sound?
Don't use that sound.
Yeah.
Skinny jeans.
Right,
Same
That
exact
dog
thing.
going, hell no, hell no. It's got like a couple more weeks left,
It's
and then someday somebody's going to do that and I'm like, no.
No,
you're
we don't do
old.
that anymore.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah, gross.
This
yeah.
is the exact same thing. And I think, so what we're going to be talking about today, and you're going to be able to hear Fran and Alvin tell this story for the most part, which is great because you're going to hear what amazing storytellers there are. And it's going to make you want to listen to this and then jump right over to their feed and start gobbling up everything that they have to offer. So
That's up to you guys, of course, but we do have a podcast called Affirmative Murder. So if you like what we do here, come check us out.
Please.
There's room for you on the train. It's trains,
Yes.
podcast of trains. Yeah.
yeah,
I like
It's
trains.
a trains.
Trains are good.
We're the conductors.
trains, planes,
It's
automobiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boats.
All of the
whatever.
above.
However you get
We
there is
highly
your
recommend
business.
it.
We don't transportation.
We won't say
shame.
we're not going to force you over there, but we are highly suggesting by like shoving you as hard as we can over there.
Yes.
But like
Telling you,
gently.
you'll love it.
Yeah.
So
That's
then-
all you need to know.
So should we go? Should we get into it?
So let's go.
Let's do it.
go. I like
Let's do this.
Like Lil Jon. Okay. So let's start with like the history of the guillotine, right?
Yes.
So the guillotine's inception, guys, like many things in modern history, is steeped in like rich white man smoke and mirrors. So one day, this guy named his name was Joseph Ignace Guillotine. This was in 1789. He comes into a room and he's all like, which basically
That was actual audio from that moment, actually.
Yeah, we sourced it.
Yeah. Very rare audio.
yes, exactly. That was a archival audio
Yes.
from the French Parliament. But basically what he said was, hey guys, like the way we're killing people is super like barbaric and gross and torturous. And we need to like streamline this, clean things up. Let's get more inundated in the future and leave that stuff in the past. And then he left the room and two less socially important people, poor people, then did all the hard work and invented the actual guillotine. More specifically, their names were Tobias Schmidt and Antoine Louis. So, but the device is called the guillotine, named after the rich guy named Joseph Ignace Guillotine, who just had an idea, like loosely about cleaning up how people die. And then they were like, how about this? And he's like, that's fine.
Put my name on it.
Absolutely.
And put my name on it, and I'll trademark it and patent it as well.
So they wanted to make something that's more barbaric and gross, but less
like
painful
quicker.
and quick.
Oh no, I would disagree. Anybody who wants to look up like the Western European modes of killing people before the guillotine, straight up some of the craziest things I've ever heard of. There was a chair, like a metal chair that they would just put over fire, and the chair would get really hot, and then you just would burn to death on the chair.
That's
You
crazy.
wouldn't die. So then it's like everything basically before this was like, we torture you for a long time, and then we hit you over the head with a mallet.
Yeah.
Because you don't
Yeah.
die. We just torture you really bad. They had another one, they tie you to a
Then we
wheel.
put you out.
Yeah, they're like, all right,
Breaking on the rack.
yeah.
That was
The
was
rack,
that breaking
yes.
on the rack?
And they like
Yes,
break your
that's fucked
bones
up.
like misery.
one by one.
Yep.
Just like
Like slow as fuck.
Oh,
just
so like
turn
as they
you
crank
into
you.
like a scorpion, essentially.
Oh.
Like, and then
I feel like I feel that when we talk about it.
It's awful.
That-
and it's like you
oh.
stole some bread. To the rack you
Yeah.
go.
Wow.
And then the rack wouldn't kill you, and then they would like let the birds eat you slowly.
yeah.
Also, I read that they would hit you in your chest with a hammer or your stomach because these were fatal blows, but over time. So like, I think we burst your appendix when we hit you with this hammer in the stomach. So now
you'll
after
slowly
you
be
break all your
poisoned.
bones, you'll die in like 3 days from like
Wow.
stomach
Wow.
poisons.
Yeah.
They were like sepsis.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll kill you.
That you'll die eventually.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
but it's kind of weird hearing the name now, where it's like we know his name, but it being named after a machine that was like beheading people is kind of is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody's name was like Noose or something.
Exactly.
Like, I'm Noose Simmons.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, you're like, whoa. Wait a second.
But yeah, it's guillotine. You think of the action, and it's like, no, it's just some guy who had an idea.
The guy's name, yeah.
And some people say it guillotine. When I was younger, everyone said guillotine.
Guillotine?
And then it like switched over into guillotine, I feel like.
Yeah, because we have this conversation all the time.
And
of like, how do you really say it?
I like float back and
Is this
forth.
a Mandela
Sometimes I'll
effect thing?
revert to guillotine.
I think it might be. I say guillotine though, and I always have.
Yeah.
What?
I might have
Yeah.
made this up.
I have imposter syndrome, so I'm like, it's French, and I'm like, I'm gonna say it French. But if
that's how
I
I
was just
feel.
being myself, I would say guillotine because there's two L's in
Right?
it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's how it looks.
They both feel right.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think
at
either
times.
is wrong.
I don't either.
It's dialect.
It's all right.
Yeah. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. So shut the fuck up. You know?
Absolutely. Certainly not a
And
moose.
it's a guilloline.
Yeah.
They weren't calling it Gilly Hicks.
There you go.
That's a very deep cut reference. I don't know if anybody shopped at Gilly Hicks. I worked in the Abercrombie umbrella, so I was,
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Gilly Hicks.
Gilly.
TBT.
Shout out to Gilly Hicks. No, but as we all said, all jokes aside, though, the guy, even though he just had an idea, the idea was, steeped in some level of dignity and not torturing people. So the criminals of France's past should really thank this guy because, like I said, the stuff was very torturous. It was
Could have been worse.
Yeah, you could have been melted on a chair for like punching your friend.
Yeah, from the butt up,
Yeah. But
which is way worse.
yeah. So the guillotine or guillotine went on to become the symbol of the French Revolution because the people saw it as this great equalizer. Because of the ideas behind its inception, people believed that whether you were royalty or you came from the lowest of the low, the guillotine was the great equalizer. Like everybody who commits the same crimes, they die by the guillotine. And this was enforced by the fact that Louis XVI and his wife, Marie Antoinette, ever heard of her?
Queen, literally.
Literally.
They were both beheaded during the French Revolution. Like the people revolted against them and cut their heads off in mutiny.
Damn.
And they were kind of like the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce of the 17th century.
I would say so.
They kind of were.
They were the it couple until the tide.
Until they weren't.
Like, everybody loved them until they didn't. Everybody loved Marie Antoinette, had great gowns, and she was like super trendy.
Until the Super Bowl.
So, we'll see how the Super Bowl goes, but hopefully it doesn't end the way that Marie Antoinette and Louis went out.
We can all hope.
We can all hope, yeah. It would be a more interesting Super Bowl. But
yeah,
it'd be different.
Yeah.
In a different way.
In a different way. in a very different way. So
it would hit a little different.
it would hit very different.
Very true.
For the next 100 years, though, the guillotine shined as a symbol of France's altruistic and dignified stance on capital punishment. And over time, the public sentiment towards the execution style for high crimes, it started to shift. And this really took place during World War II, when Adolf Hitler was killing thousands of people publicly using the guillotine. But it was malicious. If you dissented against the regime of Adolf Hitler, he would behead you publicly.
Yeah.
So really people were like, oh, this isn't this equaling force in the caste system, is just as a torture device. The idea that the PR team around the guillotine when it first came out was super strong. Mm-hmm. It was like Steve Jobs level where they're like, are we cutting your head off? Yeah, but like it's got Wi-Fi.
Chill.
Yeah.
It's got Wi-Fi. This thing has Bluetooth.
And people are like, whoa, this is revolutionary. Like, this is next level stuff. It's like you're cutting off somebody's head and it falls in the basket.
So, like, you can wear a button-up shirt while it happens. So
this is dignified.
What song do you want to go out to?
So, we all can watch this publicly. It's super clean. Nobody gets blood on them because it's so fast. It cuts the head off. It goes in the basket.
Yeah.
So we can all go to like a nice classy dinner after this.
Yeah.
But it's a barbaric tool that slices off your head and falls in the basket. That's what it's always been. But then when Hitler started using it, people were like, this is nasty, actually. Yeah. It's not the dignified tool that we thought it was. And it's like, it was always this gross thing.
That's great.
But I'm glad you know now.
Yeah. At least we're starting to have conversations now around capital punishment and, and those kind of things. But it took kind of the turn of the century, the industrial age, people driving cars and stuff to go, slicing off people's heads in public is
wrong.
kind of fun.
Kind of gnarly.
Yeah, it's like it's a little hardcore.
I don't know.
So
look at us as humans.
Just takes us a minute.
Look at us go.
Yeah. Upon reflection, I don't think I'd like to see somebody's head cut off in broad daylight. I'd like to go to the cinema.
Yeah. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Getting paid twice a month doesn't mean money is scarce. It just feels that way. That feeling makes you do weird stuff, like putting things on a card you didn't need to. Earnin removes that feeling. With Earnin, you can access up to $150 per day of money you've already earned, plus up to $1,000 between paychecks. Standard transfers take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees, and expedited transfers start at $3.99 and cap at $5.99. 5 million people are already on it, and honestly, it's wild it didn't exist sooner. Download Earnin on the App Store or Google Play, spelled like earning money without the G. Type in Morbid under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So just a couple of decades removed from World War II, the nation of France was so far from the barbaric stances that they had so long ago that this idea of a falling blade being this distinguished, decent way of killing people was now starting to be the subject of conversations in France and all across Western Europe, because Europe did in a lot of countries in Europe did away with capital punishment long before the United States did.
Yeah.
Because we also didn't federally in the United States. We still do that. So
yeah.
So, but a lot of countries in Western Europe don't kill people as a form of punishment. But yeah, this became an outdated concept in France during the 40s and 50s and 60s. It started to become like this conversation that was had. Like, should we be doing this? If we really are the dignified people that we say we are, is killing people in the first place even dignified at all? It's like a
maybe not.
Right.
The
Perhaps
answer is
not.
probably not.
Yeah, like
the answer is
that might not be that chill. It was that kind. It was the 60s. They're like, you know what? That's not chill. That's super not chill.
We're moving into a chill vibe century here. Got to leave some stuff behind.
Calm down.
So all of that backstory brings us to the final time a state-sanctioned guillotining or guillotining took place in France, which was in the year 1977. Hilariously, in a sense, the same year that Star Wars: A New Hope came out. So there was this really big leap in technology as far as movies go. Yeah. And also France was still like, we cut people's head off. Yeah, we cut people's head off. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you put those two events together, you're like, at the same time?
At the same damn time.
That's wild.
Super crazy. Like the idea of such an old form of torture being still used while, my boy Harrison Ford is doing his thing. Looking super lean in those bootcut black pants, those gauchos.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Just bounce a quarter. You could bounce a quarter off that thing. Anyway, yes, this is the story of Hamida Djandoubi, who was the last man to be killed in France by the method of guillotine. Fun fact, as we discussed before we went live mics with you guys, the last public guillotining actually took place in 1939 when a serial killer named Eugene Weidman was beheaded in front of a crowd of hundreds.
Damn.
A crowd of like 600 people gathered 4 hours early. They were passing out sausage sandwiches. People were like, they were like doing the wave.
They were cheering and
it
whistling.
was the Super Bowl.
It's Coachella? It's like Coachella Festival?
This was Coachella. Coachella.
Yes.
Can I get there early?
They
This
had
was
like
Coachella
souvenir stands out there.
This was Coachella 1939.
Get my seat.
They were 4 hours early. The beheading took place at 4 a.m. So we were there out there at midnight.
Damn.
Wow. People were on people's shoulders.
They picked out their outfits ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
People were wearing glitter. They had glitter.
Medieval. Like it is straight up like from the 1600s.
Yes.
Like and it's 1939.
Yeah.
Like that is wild.
Everybody's
to
wearing
me.
like super like flowery headdresses and it was a very big fashion moment. It's like,
The
what are you
dress
wearing
codes.
to the guillotine?
Yeah.
Lana Del Rey was there in a past life.
Yeah, Lana Del Rey,
Performances
in
wow.
immortal spirit. Lana Del Rey, she's 1,000 years old, and she was at this because of course she would be. Lana Del Rey is always a ghost in a white dress.
Always.
She's always.
Christopher Lee was actually at that one.
Who?
Christopher Lee from Star Wars and Dracula and Lord of the Rings.
He was at this.
He was 17 years old and he was actually at that one.
Wow.
The 1939 one?
Yes. And he said he didn't look. He said he
Close his
turned
eyes?
at
Like
the
it was
last
The
second. He
Exorcist?
said he heard it though.
Oh.
Yeah, he said it was like wild.
Oh, you
Heard
heard
it?
it?
Oh my goodness.
Probably like a crunch or something crazy.
I know because
Oh,
it feels
like a
like it would
blade.
be.
No, but hearing like the membrane of the
The
spine
neck.
be
Not if it's
And
severed.
then the
Full
head
cut?
fall.
Oh, it's true. Like if they used like a Norelco razor, it's probably
It should be sharp.
yeah.
But then
I
you
would
hear a
hope.
thump.
You
like,
would hear that thud
dum.
though.
Yeah. If it was a Bic, you'd hear everything.
Yeah. A big blade. They use big.
Sponsored by Bic.
Guillotine.
This is the last public one. It was sponsored by Bic.
It was awesome.
Yeah, the documentary's coming out
Man.
soon. It was how it failed the event. It was
How
like the
wasn't it
Woodstock. It was like
great?
Woodstock '99.
A great sponsoring opportunity.
It's like Bic ruined everything. The guy didn't
That's
die.
why Gillette is the best the men can get because they did not fall for this.
Yeah, but so this last public one, people were going crazy. The beheading took place at like 4 a.m. and people lost their shit. They were throwing their sausage sandwiches. They were living for the moment. More.
Yeah.
And the French government was so embarrassed that they were like, we are never doing this again.
So it took a
Yeah, they were
crowd
like, this
outrage.
is
Wow.
It
Can't happen.
No, it's not even outrage. The crowd was so excited and ravenous
riled
that
up.
the French government was disgusted at itself and was like, we're not doing this anymore.
You guys are having too much.
You guys are having too much fun.
Too much fun at this.
French-
parties, dancing.
Yeah, they were the French. They were the fun police. They were the fun police.
fun
These people had a
police.
blast, man. They were, they were losing their shit. They were throwing stuff. Like they lost their mind. It wasn't like the people lost their mind at this barbaric incident. It was so sick and awesome. The French government was like, "This is done. You people are animals,
You are
and we are
gross.
taking this away from you because we thought you guys would be disgusted, and you guys are too excited. It's over now."
It's supposed to be a lesson. You're supposed to learn a
Yeah, you're
lesson.
supposed to learn a lesson. You're supposed to walk away from this and be like,
Party.
"You shouldn't steal." They're like,
You know what it was? They were like, we see that you are all humans and that humans are terrible
Yeah.
and we don't ever want to see that again.
Yeah.
We'd like to pretend we're not this
This is
way.
why the government exists, to protect the people from themselves.
Yes.
The government makes the decisions that the people would never make because you guys are animals. So they had to
Which
do
is
that.
pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
It's
That's
really
something.
horrifying.
Yeah, somebody left that was like, I'm going to frame a dude for thievery tomorrow so that they can behead him. And get another one tomorrow. It's going to be awesome.
I fucking hate my neighbor.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
go.
let's frame him and then he'll be beheaded publicly.
Because we look back at these like public executions from like, King Henry VIII and all that shit.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God, people were like bringing their kids to this.
Yeah.
They were just like coming out for this. Like,
Like,
it's this big
times were
event.
so different.
People were so
Wow.
terrible back then. And then we're like 1939.
Yeah.
We're all like, woo!
Yeah, people listen to
let's
this on the
watch
radio.
This guy
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, like,
It's
when everybody's got on
nuts.
like, lederhosen and those big man sparkly dresses. I don't like what William Shakespeare's always depicted in. When I see them in those, I'm like, yeah, those people got beheaded. But when you see somebody in like
A suit.
yeah, see? People
Yes.
wearing those kind of suits,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
somebody with a pocket watch and a big bow tie was like,
And like a pompadour.
yeah,
Like that's,
wild.
you're like,
people had product
uh-oh.
in their hair and brushed their teeth.
Yes.
And they were like, let's go to the beheading
Brush
tonight.
their teeth.
Hygiene was a thing.
Exactly. Also off topic a little bit, I was having a discussion with my girlfriend the other day, and we were talking about how that 50 Shades of Grey moment, like we all just kind of look back on that, or we did look back on it and was like, people were going to the movie theaters in droves to like watch smut.
Yeah.
It was sold out. Like
Yeah.
this weekend, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
get a ticket to go see 50 Shades, and there's just a bunch of people in the audience being like, oh my.
Just watching.
It's like,
Girls were united.
When you look back on it, that's really weird to
Yeah.
do. Like it was like
It's wild.
elbow to elbow with a stranger just being like in heat. That's crazy. So like
Just
people are gonna look
mess.
back on that someday and be like, what were these people doing?
It's true.
This is a dirty
We're
movie?
a weird species of people.
Just gathering to watch
Like,
fanfic.
people are really something.
Yeah.
Something to
We don't get
behold.
better. We just get weirder.
We just
Yeah,
get
man.
different.
Carpool to a guillotine is
It's nuts, man.
it's wild.
Eating a sausage sandwich while somebody's getting their head cut off.
And that's a real thing. Like the sausage sandwich thing is a real thing.
Yeah, the shops. There was 2 shops right there in the
There was
town
2
square that were like,
cafes.
we got to load up on sausage sandwiches because there's going to be a
Wow.
packed crowd tonight. And they had
That'll change you.
And there were waiters like joking around.
Vendors.
Oh, so it's money to be made.
Vendors. Oh, there's vendors out there like popcorn. Get your popcorn.
It's straight up medieval.
Oh yeah, as hell.
Yeah.
But it was 1939.
Man.
1939.
So let's get back to this guy named Hamida Djandoubi, the man in question. So Hamida Djandoubi was born on September 22nd, 1949. He was actually born in Tunisia, which I've not been to, but when I looked up pictures, it's gorgeous. It's like a coastal city. It's like a
really?
coastal country in northern Africa. It's got beautiful waters. It almost kind of looks like Greece. But there is a travel warning or travel advisory about like there's like high crime at the moment.
Oh,
but
damn
it's
it.
a beautiful. I mean, you look up I couldn't find a bad picture of it.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, this place is gorgeous.
No, this is gorge. I want to go.
Yeah. So I guess, for whatever reason, by the time Hamida was 20 years old, he was like, fuck all this blue water and sun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which listen, I had a great time when I went to France, but it is pretty dirty. It looks like New York. Yeah. Like all the pictures that you see are lies. Yeah, those are just a lie.
Propaganda.
It's
Are lies.
It's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
It's just New York.
Every restaurant down by the Eiffel Tower sucks. Like they're all like, they want you to leave quickly because it's touristy. So you really got to go outside. It's like New York. You don't go to Times Square.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you got to go.
There's
to,
a word for
Brooklyn.
that.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Paris and you get disappointed because it's like a thing a lot of people experience.
Yes.
Is it ennui?
Is it ennui? I'm gonna Google it. Keep going and I'll just interject.
Yeah, it's the French disappointment if you go with the tourist mindset. If you go and you're like, oh, I went on TikTok and I was like, places the locals go. I had a great time.
Okay.
But the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, all these things, you're never going to get close to the Mona Lisa. You're the Eiffel Tower, you look at it, but it was closed. Like you couldn't go in it because they were doing construction. Everything is just it's just like, but beautiful people, great shops. And if you go to the places where the locals go, it's a cool city, but it is dirty. Great public transportation.
It's called Paris syndrome, by the way. It's a thing.
There you go.
People get hallucinations, increased heart rate, nausea because they're so disappointed.
Damn.
Yeah.
Were
Sorry,
you that
France.
disappointed?
Yeah.
Really?
You're like, wait, I thought that like this was like Amelie. Everybody thinks it's Amelie. Yeah, everybody thinks it's that. They're like, oh, it's going to be like a romantic, beautiful dream. Yeah. So it's never that. It's just never that. But anyway, so Hamida had moved to France by the time he was 20 years old, and he was living and working in France as a stock boy at a grocery store. He also had a job as a landscaper, but in 1971, he suffered an accident on the job. One of Hamida's legs was caught in a tractor, crushing it horribly and causing him to lose 2/3 of his right leg.
Oh, that's a lot of your leg.
That's a lot of your leg. That's almost all of it.
That's pretty much all of it.
Yeah. But I see what they did in that, remember that two-part movie thing that came out with Rose McGowan when she made it a gun?
Oh, yes. The Grindhouse.
He lost about that much of his leg, like up to his quad.
Forgot about that movie.
Well, yeah, that was a really bold idea for like 2009.
That was a wild one.
A double feature horror movie.
Forgot about that movie.
I was like, I'm not sitting in the movies for 5 hours. Crazy. Now I'd love it, but
like AK-47.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she had an AK-47 leg.
Damn.
Yeah, when movies are just. I like when movies are silly. It's like, how does she pull the trigger with like what pulls the trigger? Who knows?
Who knows?
And you know what? Who cares?
Movie magic, and that's what I love when movies do that. Like, don't ask questions. There's this lady has a gun as a leg. That's awesome.
Just happens.
Yeah.
Whenever the theme of a movie is, don't worry about it. That's when I love
That's
it.
fun.
Like when you ask
I'm
a question, you just go, don't worry about it. Deal with it.
Yeah, you don't ask questions. Just enjoy what's happening.
Take the ride.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Hamida did lose about 2/3 of his legs, and he did not get a cool gun leg. They gave him a prosthetic eventually. He struggled to find work for years after this accident, and this is when he started to take up drinking and using controlled substances. And in 1973, he met a young woman named Elizabeth Bisquet.
Okay, that's an elegant name.
It's a very elegant name.
That is.
Yeah. Sidebar, I am ashamed at how long I did call biscuits biscuits.
Biscuits. I think you should still call biscuits.
Yeah, you should be ashamed.
It's the same thing as what was the other word we were talking about? It's as guillotine.
Yeah,
it looks like biscuit. It has a Q and an I.
That's what I call my dog. My dog's name is Biscuit. So
or at least
biscuits.
When they're fancy.
Why not? You know, think outside the box. I'm just saying. I'm just telling people, if you take nothing else from Affirmative Murder, know that, hey, we like to think outside the box over there.
Yeah, romanticize everyday life.
Exactly.
You know?
So
biscuits.
Yeah, a biscuit. Have a nice biscuit, some tea.
Yeah.
So these two met while Hamida was recovering in the hospital from an amputation, because at first he lost a leg, but then he had to have a couple of amputation surgeries to kind of clean it up and you know, all that kind of stuff, get it where it needed to be. And while he was sitting in the hospital, he met Elizabeth Bisquet. But not long after meeting, Elizabeth filed a complaint against Djandoubi, alleging that he tried to force her into prostitution. So, yeah.
Which is horrifying to think about. That he's just being taken care of by this, because she's like a nurse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She comes and checks on the patients.
Yeah. And he's trying to force her into sex work. It's like, where did those two things connect?
And
how did this happen?
He's down and out, and he's still this evil. Yeah. Like, that's scary.
Oh, that's when somebody's in their darkest time and they're still like, how can I manipulate and exploit people? Yeah. Like that. I mean, who really, like, this person is trying to be nice to you while you're not even more than half your leg is gone, and while they're talking, you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking manipulate and just trick you so bad. That's
I'm gonna try to ruin your life.
Yeah, like,
that's dark.
Like, wow,
that's dark-sided.
I'm gonna gaslight and destroy your life while they're just like, you need a sponge bath? Can I help you? That's a really evil person at their darkest. Sinister. Yeah,
that's dark-sided.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If Obi-Wan Kenobi had looked down on Anakin Skywalker while he was all burnt up on that lava mountain, and he said, like, one day I'm gonna be a super evil dude and kill everybody, I think he would have killed him. At the time, you have that pity. You're like, I'm here to help. I'm here to help you. You're down on your luck. But if you knew in his mind, he's like, oh, I'm gonna human traffic you. You'd be like, oh God.
You'd be like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, you're terrible. You're awful.
No.
Yeah, so he fell down that classic tractor accident to sex trafficking predator pipeline. You know, it's an easy one to fall into. You know,
absolutely
right.
We've all heard of
yada yada yada. Sex trafficker.
That's what his defense tried to use.
Yeah, they were like,
that exact defense.
They're like, you know how this happens.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if that was going to work.
Not so much.
I ruptured my Achilles like 5 years ago, and I was super bummed out. Never thought about committing horrible crimes against people, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Was I a little bummed? Yeah. What did I do? I smoked a little weed, and I watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Didn't think about it.
That's how you handle that.
Never like, healthy. I'm going to make Girl Scouts sell cookies for me without giving them the money to get their prizes. Like my brain never cooked up some kind of crazy
never got there
scheme. I was not scheming. So Djandoubi was arrested for her filing a complaint against him, but he was released not long after because it was a complaint. There was nothing criminal to charge him with. Upon his release, though, Hamida lured two other young girls to his apartment and forced them into prostitution for his financial benefit. And it's actually really interesting, the times in France, like if anybody's seen Moulin Rouge, this was the time of the madam. Like there was a lot of like brothels and madams. And there's one madam in particular, I didn't write her name down, but she was the most famous madam. And her signature was she would make all of the women that she forced into sex work get plastic surgery. Like immediately. Like she would get them under her control and then make them have plastic surgery. It was like that was like her stamp. And this is plastic surgery in like the 1970s.
Right.
It's not awesome plastic surgeries, but it's like you all get it. And and so in France, this was a very popular, like brothels and madams and all these things. And so he kind of tried to follow that same pathway, but he was using his apartment, and he wasn't good at it. But he was still a man who was manipulating women.
Right.
He was still making women be under his control. But that was his idea when he couldn't get a job as a stock boy. He's like, I'll become a pimp, or whatever you call that in French. So like I said, Djandoubi is now seeing himself as some kind of a pimp, and his arrogance as a man didn't let him let go of the fact that Elizabeth Bisquet had filed a complaint against him. So for the next year, he fixated on the fact that she wasn't under his control. She didn't fall for his tricks or lies or whatever and become one of his women or whatever. And they called them lorettes. That's the French word for a sex worker that works at the time. Like there's lorettes, and then there is, what was Satine in Moulin? That's why I brought up Moulin Rouge. She was a
courtesan.
A courtesan is like you work with one specific John and they kind of fund your lifestyle. Where a lorette is what you think of a sex worker, like a rotating cast of people that, you know.
Okay.
So that was a lorette, but a courtesan is more like, oh, I have a rich dignitary takes care of me. That, but they all work at a brothel for madam. It's just different levels of it, I guess. But yeah, so he sees himself as this, but he still, you know, Elizabeth Biscuit is in the back of his mind. Is this the one that got away, the one that tried to put him in prison?
He can't let go.
He can't let it
She
go.
bested him.
He fixates on it until July of 1974.
That's so scary that he fixated that long.
Yeah, he just couldn't let it go.
Oh, that's so scary.
That's evil.
Well, men are scary, you know, and that's one thing as a man in true crime, you don't really, as a man not in true crime, if you don't have conversations with women, you don't really know how scary men are when you're a man. But when you hear a woman go like, oh, walking down the street, like what men are thinking about, like all of these things are like, they all can be dangerous to somebody, you know, but you never look at it that way.
Of course.
A woman's Roman Empire is being killed. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like it's probably, you think, by a man, like some guy that's looking at your Instagram 100%. Or you go to the same gym as them, and it's just some guy just like, I like you now. And
could be anybody.
Those are my feelings. It's like, how you feel doesn't have anything to do with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I followed you to your car because I want your number.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And that's fine.
So, but I don't want to give it to you, but like I want it though. That's scary. I don't think of that as, that's just not an experience I've had in my life.
As a man, you don't.
In my younger years, I've had some aggressive women be like, well, give me your phone number. But I was never like,
terrified.
Yeah, you know,
she
like
might kill me.
So, you know, lucky
like, what a weird lady.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. You know, and I think that's a hard concept for a lot of men to be like, why don't you just say no? And it's like, well, intimidation, fear, you know, like it's a lot of things. It's a lot more complicated than that.
Because you don't want to piss a man off.
Yeah. And sometimes people do say no, and it doesn't work.
Then the bad things happen faster.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I mean, you can't even really take a walk or a jog alone as a woman anymore. Like you can't, like I would love to take a jog in the morning, like early morning with like music on. But I could never do that. Like my husband's like, absolutely not. Like you're not going by yourself.
Like if you want to go for a walk, your husband has to go with you.
He has to come.
Yeah.
So you can't have like alone time to like just zone out to like music.
Yeah, with your cute pink headphones.
Yeah, it's like little things like that.
That's great. I remember I told Alvin I went to Myrtle Beach maybe a couple of years ago, and we was out mini golfing, and there was a young lady going for a jog. It was maybe like 9 o'clock at night. She had headphones on. I was like,
oh my God.
It kind of made me scared. I was like, that's crazy. She's jogging by herself late at night. I mean, I'm not from Myrtle Beach, but that's still terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're like worried for her.
Right. Exactly.
You're like, be careful.
We have had many conversations where we're just casually talking and we're like, I got the AirPod Maxes last year. And I'm like, you hit the button and everybody goes away. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Yes.
And like you have that conversation.
That
like,
button is for men.
Yes, that's exactly. You're like,
so
I'm like, I hit this button and you could come hit me in the back of the head with a bat. I couldn't know who's in front of me. We're like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. That I have no idea what's going on in my surroundings when I hit this button.
I'm like yelling, can you hear me? You can't. You just see my lips moving.
You're just like
awesome.
Excited.
I have no idea what's happening. And that's the freedom of a man to be like, you could just like turn off your guard.
Yes. It's so true because we have those too, and we were doing that. We're like, "Whoa, I can't hear you at all," and I was like, "I could never wear these outside of the house."
Nope,
I would never hit this button if I wasn't in the safety of my home.
No,
nope.
Never.
Even with the button off, I'm like, should I be wearing these?
Yeah, I'm like, I shouldn't wear these outside. They're gonna think I can't hear them.
Nope.
So like I said, Hamida Djandoubi fixated on Elizabeth Biscuit for a year until in 1974 he kidnapped her and brought her to his home.
My God.
Now his home
was
acting as some kind of makeshift brothel. He had the other two young ladies were still there. They all lived together, and he brings her in to the home. He beat Elizabeth in full view of the terrified girls, and even went as far as to put out lit cigarettes on her body. So this was very like vindictive and evil.
Yes.
Fightful days and weeks of thinking and fixating on her, and he didn't take it. He took his time in getting his revenge on her.
Wow.
Yeah. He straight up tortured her.
Really horrible. And also to do it in front of the two other women that were under the control of his sex trafficking ring was also intentional as well, probably.
Trying to prove a point.
Oh, yeah.
See what happens?
Absolutely.
Like this will happen to you if you try to go.
Trying to flex his muscle a little bit.
Yep.
So Bisquette actually survived the ordeal, but after the torture, Hamida drove her to the outskirts of Marseille, another lovely town, beautiful, beautiful city. And but he strangled her on the outskirts of Marseille. He then returned from the brutal murder, and Djandoubi warned the other two girls not to say anything about what they had seen, or else, that whole implications thing.
Yeah.
There's the intimidation.
But on July 7th, 1974, Elizabeth Bisquette's body was discovered in a shed, and the investigation by the police was launched. However, though, Djandoubi was so arrogant that he moved on from that immediately. And not more than a couple of days later, he went back out to try to kidnap another young girl with the intention of forcing her into his sex trafficking ring. So he's looking to get a third woman into his sex trafficking ring. But the young lady managed to flee, probably because she ran. So she got away, she gets away, and she filed a police report against the police, and they went and arrested him. But they arrested him again for a complaint, basically, which is what Elizabeth Bisquette filed against him. So he was arrested, but during the time that he was in holding, they actually brought him up on charges for the murder of Elizabeth Bisquette. So thankfully, they were able to connect.
This part of the show is brought to you by Anua, the Korean skincare brand known for scientific, gentle, yet effective formulations. The latest from Anua is the Retinol Collagen Gua Sha Cream, a firming cream with a gua sha-shaped tip built right in. Have you guys heard of gua sha? It's that viral massage tool that moves fluid and tension out of your face. Less puffiness, a snatched jawline, honey, more definition in your face. Retinol firms and reduces fine lines, and collagen keeps your skin plump and structured. This cream has both of those things, arguably the most optimal combo for that snatched, lifted look all in one step. I am obsessed with the Gua Sha cream. First of all, it feels so cool to the touch when you put that on your face. It's just like, this is lovely. It's like a little spa treatment that you can give yourself. I like to do mine at night after I get out of the shower. I rub the cream on my face with the little gua sha. I'm sculpting that jawline, honey. I got it on the cheekbones. And actually, I had a facial the other day, and the lady doing my facial, the professional, she said, "Do you use a gua sha at home?" And I said, "I do." And I said, "How did you know that?" And she said, "I didn't have those little like bumps in my chin or like different areas like that." So she could tell that I was using the gua sha. And I said, "Oh my God." I just feel like I wake up less puffy in the morning when I do it the night before. But you can do it whenever you want to. I, 10 out of 10, recommend this product. The Anua Gua Sha Cream Value Set is available at anua.com, already discounted. Use code MORBID for an extra 10% off. That's ANUA.com, code MORBID. The Sherwin-Williams summer sale is here. Get 30% off select paints and stains or 35% off their newest product, Emerald Symmetry, July 17th through the 27th. Whether you're looking to refresh your interior or your exterior, they've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Dots because he was a human trafficker, what his actions were, and then they put that together with how Elizabeth Bisquette was killed. And also read something that the two women, once he was arrested, came forward and gave their accounts as well.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, so it was like kind of put it all together in that moment. But he could have been let out on whatever the way he was let out when he threatened Elizabeth Bisquette. So thankfully he wasn't.
And thank goodness those other two women were able to talk about what happened to them, because sometimes they break them so hard that they don't even feel like they can speak out against it.
They probably saw it as like their opportunity. Like, we have to do this while he's incarcerated.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what happened. I think they were like, this is our moment to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so after 2.5 years of sitting in prison, on February 24th, 1977, Hamida Djandoubi appeared in court on charges of torture, murder, rape, and premeditated violence. His defense, as Alaina alluded to, was that the tragic loss of 2/3 of his leg drove him to a period of alcohol abuse and violence, which transformed him into a different person.
Sure. Yeah.
And that different person just happened to be a human trafficker.
And it's like, okay, then we're going to imprison that different person that you are today.
Exactly.
That different person,
exactly.
You're going to the choking. To the choking now.
Yeah.
Because plenty of people go through that and don't do what he did. Like, come on.
For sure.
That's the shittiest offense ever.
It is.
It's like he lost his leg.
Yeah, to try to fucking weaponize mental illness like that, to be like, I was going through a time of darkness.
Exactly.
And I became a full-blown criminal.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
so I
man,
should
well,
be just let free.
like there's other ways to like deal with your, not having a job. And listen, if you go through a tragic accident and your life has changed forever, if I ruptured my Achilles in 1977, I would have a limp for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Thankfully, modern science is, you can get a surgery and now I can play basketball again and I can run and everything. But if I was now a person who walked different and couldn't work the same job that I did, that would affect me mentally. That's no excuse to start
Absolutely not.
ruining people's lives and kidnapping people and stuff. Like, it's insane. Go to therapy. The things that therapy can resolve, you'll be amazed by.
It's wild.
Any other outlet than hurting other human beings or yourself.
Yeah.
Anything else.
Yeah. They say, and everybody else goes, hurt people. Like, no, don't just, let's not just normalize that. Like,
Exactly.
That's an excuse.
I know we say it like that's a bad thing, but no, hurt people can do other things.
Yeah.
Hurt people go to therapy. That's the 2024 slogan. Hurt people go to therapy.
Exactly.
So the very next day, so this would be February 25th, Hamida Djandoubi was sentenced to death. Like they heard all they needed to hear. His defense said their bullshit that they said. And they were like,
We're not wasting time.
Okay. Yeah. Alcohol abuse.
Like,
guilty.
wow. Yeah, still guilty.
They went and deliberated for a cool 45 minutes, and they came back with that death by guillotine verdict.
Damn.
And after a denied appeal, Hamida was also informed that he would not receive a reprieve from the then president of France. So he was,
but no way he thought he was like sitting there. Was like,
oh man.
He was like, he's gonna come through.
He's gonna come through.
I know it.
If President can send a reprieve, if he sends that reprieve, I'll be good to go. I'll be golden, And the president did not do that.
Nah.
That's not President Haw-Haw's style.
Haw does not play like that.
He doesn't.
President Haw was like, no.
No.
Homie, don't play that. The one thing about
No
President Haw, he doesn't like guys that do what he did. So he was like,
He doesn't mess around.
no reprieve for you.
He said,
no.
Yeah, Haw said, So the president of France denied a reprieve for Hamida. And in the early morning of September 10th, 1977, 12 days before his 28th birthday, Hamida Djandoubi
Oh my God.
28.
He was only 27?
He was only 28 years old. So he was,
wow.
he didn't make it to 28. He was 27 years old.
50 years old.
No, this is a young boy. I mean, by the time he was 20, he was working at the stock place. His injury happened by the time he was like 23 years old. So between 23 and 27, he had a life as a scummy human trafficker.
He's literally my age.
He's a literal bebe.
That's crazy.
And now he's sitting at the gallows, man. Crazy times.
Damn.
Being there with a guy holding a curtain rod or whatever the string is to drop a Bic razor on your neck.
And they walk you past that wicker
bucket.
basket that your headless body is going to be placed into. Like you just breeze right by it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
that to
they
me
said he was
is just
like really trying to buy time. He's smoking cigarettes, drinking wine.
yeah.
Yeah, they told him like that's enough.
Yeah.
He was really
so many cigarettes.
He's really
Can I get another
He said,
one?
chill out.
Yeah.
In a glass, I think he had like 3 cigarettes and a glass of water, and he was.
I don't blame him though. I mean, like
he was taking.
I think
those
he had
things
some
for a
rum
walk.
too. He was like, I'm gonna
don't blame
savor
him.
this.
Yeah, he was taking those.
you got a
things for
Gillette
walk.
razor just staring at you, and you're like, oh, this is the end.
That last meal, the last meal, when you can see and you see somebody like swing,
Sharpening
the knife is like,
Oh yeah.
I'll have everything.
Literally everything.
Take me to the buffet.
Because you think about it and you're like, when I finish this cigarette,
That's
that
a
is
wrap.
the last thing I do.
Oh.
That is it. Or if I take this last sip, that's the last thing I do.
Oh.
I would want to be like a little tipsy.
Oh.
They would
A
have
little.
to fight me. They would have to pull that cigarette.
No, I'm not doing that. You guys said after the cigarette.
You had to pull that from me.
Smoking
right.
the filter.
They spray it. They spray it. And put the fire out.
Putting it out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's so stressful to think about.
Yeah, that's a lot to reconcile.
Oh, it's
Like, this is coming to an end.
yeah, and then this is the bucket
This
your
is
head
it?
is gonna fall in.
Yeah.
And so
So like, here's the basket that will put your headless body in.
He has white gloves on. Like, this is
yeah,
what
like, oh yeah, he's real classy. The guy, he's a real classy guy. He's got Ask Jeeves gloves on. He's like, and here's your bag. Here's your head basket.
Chief's gloves.
Because I think
Oh,
Eugene
man.
Weidman there, the guy at the last public execution
77.
there in
Or
39.
Yeah.
He, when they walked him out, his eyes were closed he didn't want to look at anything. He just squeezed his eyes shut the whole time. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I would be the same way.
Same.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to look at this.
I wouldn't either.
That's where my head is going to fall.
You bump into the basket.
They're like, this is a second generation guillotine.
Yeah.
They start taking you through like it's a Winnebago. They're like, this is
It's Guillotine 2.0.
Yeah, we really streamline things. This is a titanium string that it falls from.
You're like, this vicious serial killer is reduced into like
closing his eyes
shut like a kid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, ooh.
I know, and for a second I was like, oh, and then I was like, wait a second.
Like, wait a
second. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Too many emotions.
That part is kind of, when you talk about it being the great equalizer, when you talk about somebody being this horrible person that did this horrible thing, and then them being,
it brings you right down.
Yeah.
In that moment, them being scared.
Absolutely.
It's like, no matter who you are or what you did, when you see that in the basket and the thing, it's the same reaction.
Sure.
You know?
No one's looking at that stoically.
No.
It's not happening.
No. Marie Antoinette was so flustered and fucked up and scared. And it was, they killed Marie Antoinette for a lot of fucked up reasons. It was
they
really
did.
fucked up. But she apologized to the guy that did the thing, like, because she stepped on his shoes. She was so flustered, like she didn't know, like,
wow,
what to do. She apologized to him for stepping on the shoes. That was her last words.
It's like, meanwhile, you're going to be cutting my head off in a second, but I'm sorry I stepped on your shoes.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, I scuffed up your shoes on this. Sorry.
Yeah,
but you're just
so
like, who knows what I would say?
Yeah.
Did I leave the pot? on? I don't.
Yeah, like, oh.
Don't record that. You're like, I don't want that to be the last thing.
It's so gross.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, September 10th, 1977, 12 days before his 28th birthday, Hamida Djandoubi was guillotined at the Baumettes prison in Marseille shortly after 4:40 a.m. And like I said, there's really like no better city I can think of that to be killed in, because it's a beautiful city. You look up pictures of Marseille, gorgeous. But,
oh, really?
Yeah, it's really
so nice sight to see before.
Nice sight to see when you're looking out that window, like I picture like a Hunchback of Notre Dame style. Like, I think every prison in Europe is made of bricks, and then they have like bars. And you look out, and you see the beautiful coast of Marseille. It's like, oh wow,
so there you go.
Très magnifique.
For the last time.
And then they take you off to slice your head off.
Oh.
Now there is some debate as to whether a person is still alive, even briefly after a beheading, and some physicians have done studies in the last century that show brain activity in animals, like rats and stuff, for like up to 30 seconds. So, but they say this could be a reaction to the pain receptors from the quick slicing. Like, it could just be the pain receptors reacting, as far as blinking and stuff that people said they've seen heads do in baskets. This has been seen in like people being bit by rattlesnakes that have been beheaded. Or like, I have a friend, she embalms, she works at a funeral home, and she said the dead bodies, they sigh. Alaina, can you?
You said
they
that.
do. I can't attest to that. That does happen because air will be forced out sometimes, and it'll a little bit of like a moan will come with it sometimes, because it's just like a trapped moment almost.
Rocked my spine when she told me that.
That's fucked up.
That'll rock your shit when you're alone in a morgue.
Luckily, I think I'll never find myself in that position. So
that's terrible.
And
they warned me ahead of time of that, thankfully, because when it happened, I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, all right, I know what that is.
And she said it was like melancholic, like it's very much like
it is. Yeah, it's a very sad.
Like, it's like a little, like you're bored.
Is it like
being dead?
Is there like different tones to like it being a male and female, or is just
yeah, it can be, and it's like different when like different methods of it coming out. Like sometimes when you cut, sometimes the air just escapes, so like it'll just be like a.
No, when you're that in that moment,
like that.
Oh God.
Yeah, certain air will escape in certain
hurry
ways.
up.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
wow?
That's
Get
fucked.
This over with.
I didn't know that when you cut even.
Yeah, just like there's certain ways when you're like manipulating a body, if there's trapped air somewhere, it's coming out.
So it is controversial, but anyways, it is possible that Hamida Djandoubi sat with his head in that basket, reflecting on his life for like 30 seconds before the curtains faded, you know? Those curtains closed. And
you kind of hope so. That like he was like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, as he sat in that basket.
Does that last 30 seconds?
Yeah, just have a moment of like, ooh, regrets.
Are they tied up? Like, are they laying down?
I think they, tie their hands behind their backs, or they might even be like, we got you here, man. Just sit down on your knees.
I think they lay like belly down.
Yeah.
And somebody holds their feet.
You'd have to tie
they
me
can't.
up. There's no
so
way I'm
like
just gonna like go along with this. It's not happening. But
didn't they used to put like a hood over your head too?
I think they did for
hangings.
For hangings, because sometimes
your
it's a little
eyes are
ghastly.
scary.
But
yeah.
they might have done it for that, because then the head falls in the basket, and then it's in a bag. You take the bag out, and then
they lock your head.
Probably more hygienic.
What is the thing called? They lock your head because you can't. Because that was
that's a stockade.
Okay,
that's for when you want to be pommeled with tomatoes.
Yes.
When you want to
be. Those are for minor crimes. That's for like, you looked at a married woman in public.
Yeah.
They put you in the stockade and throw tomatoes at your face.
You showed an ankle.
Yeah, you were a Jezebel. Yeah, you had your knees out.
Oh, scandalo.
You just get beat with tomatoes in the town square. But yes, that was the story of Hamida Djandoubi, and the last time a guillotine was used on a human being in France and in Western Europe.
Damn.
That's so wild.
That's crazy.
They also used to call it the national razor.
No.
By the way, I just saw. Yeah.
That's more metal. I kind of
like
that.
That's hard.
Really metal.
We're taking you to the national razor today.
I did look up because I always wondered why the razor was at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
So they said they do that so it's the easy slice, because if it was flat, it'll like bounce or it would be some breaking of the neck.
Yes,
which I'm guessing that's like more horrifying.
That makes sense.
Yeah, well, like I
slice.
told you in the beginning, when you talk about their methods, they used to just have one guy with an axe.
Yeah,
and it was kind of dull. And so it would take a couple of swipes, like 2, 3, 4 swipes. And there was even, everything creates a market, right? So there were people who were like, if you loved your family member, you'd slip the warden or the guy with the axe some money to use a sharper axe.
Yeah.
Like, can you try,
So
here's $20, man. Can you try hard to like really get it in one go?
Because there were some where it was like, they would slip and hit them in the back. There was some where they would
slip.
Slip. They would,
fuck you.
Because some of those executioners were just like
get wrecked,
drunk, and like some of them were like, having to deal with doing this all the time. So they would show up like just completely wasted and like.
I'd be so pissed if mine was drunk.
And missed, completely missed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think the person who was being executed had to pay the executioner as they walked up onto the.
For the service?
The scaffold.
Could you cut my head off, please?
Like a lot of like King Henry VIII's wives who were murdered that way, like handed them like a bag of coins before.
The beheading tax.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, they tax you till it's over, man. Like the beheading
you have to pay
tax.
For everything.
You gotta pay the
service.
You gotta pay the beheader.
That's humiliating too,
isn't it? Like you're paying for this.
Yeah,
like,
that adds a level of humiliation.
Yeah, don't tap my pockets one last time before you slice my head off. Especially when it's the guy with the axe. I'd much rather face the guillotine than a guy just named Marcus. Yeah, just like, all right, let's do this.
With an axe is crazy.
With an axe, and it's dull.
And they have to be able to aim correctly. And like you said, you need that angle.
Yeah, you got to really hit a specific spot. Like you said, a back. You get hit in the back with an axe.
So fucked up.
What do you say? My bad?
Yeah, sorry about
it.
Yeah,
hey,
like,
man.
oops.
Whoopsie daisy, bro. Sorry.
Do it again.
Hey, bro, scoot back a little bit. Sorry about that. You weren't on the mark. That was your fault. It was your bad.
That was your fault. That was your fault.
You're like, my spine's out. You're like, no, it was on you. It was your fault. It's your fault.
You're like, that was on you. So that wasn't me.
Yeah, it was your fault. It was your. You flinched. You flinched, dude. You flinched.
Damn,
that's wild.
And imagine just going home after that, like as the executioner. You're just like, all right.
You just go home to your family.
Did you make dinner?
Imagine going home after that as the public and being like, that was sick, man. That was so cool.
I don't want to imagine that.
Like, truly. Like people would bring their kids to those things.
Yeah, we've come a long way in a lot of ways, but not really as well.
I don't know about that.
I remember whenever I watch political shows, I'm like, when we watch stuff like 300 and stuff, and they're like a dagger in the sleeve and people putting poison in cups. I'm like, that stuff's it's still happening. People are just wearing Tom Ford suits now.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
We're all like, we've come such a long way. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
this happened in
really.
1977.
Yeah, really not.
Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. The best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat. Comfortable, versatile, and somehow right for almost every occasion. Quince makes it easy to create a summer wardrobe that you'll love, with elevated essentials made from premium materials like European linen, organic cotton, and washable silk, without the traditional retail markup. I love that! Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces that you absolutely will reach for all summer long. I absolutely love their linen. I have so many pairs of their linen pants, which you can dress up or you can dress down in the summer. Like, say you're going to a nice dinner, you can pair it with like a silk shirt, a really cute necklace, some good, makeup and an updo. Or if you're just looking for a more casual look, you can do the linen pants with like a loose button-up shirt and you still look really chic, kind of like, I don't know, Diane Keaton vibes, I kind of think. Also, it's not just apparel. Quince also offers elevated essentials for your home, from bedding and bath to kitchen essentials and furniture. They have it all, honey. I am a big lover of Quince, and I really do think you will be too. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/morbid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/morbid for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/morbid.
Not that long away.
Yeah, they're like, now it's democracy. I'm like, no, that stuff just happens behind closed doors.
It really does sound like it was super long ago, though.
What? The guillotine?
Yeah, the guillotine.
Yeah, no. Bro,
Yeah.
Star Wars was out.
That's like 50 years, not even.
Yeah. Like, that is not... Damn.
That's like my mom was born when that one happened.
Yeah, I was born only a few years later.
Yeah.
Like less than 10.
That's
That was
You
8
just
years
missed the
before
show.
your
You
first B-Day.
Yeah, you just missed the show.
8 years later, I came,
Hey.
Dag
came into
nabbit.
this world.
I
Damn.
wasn't even a thought.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, us Gen Zs, just like super young and like porcelain skin baby.
I don't claim that though. No, it's millennial.
the elders here. Like, I'm like, and I was like the next year. Oh my goodness.
Wow, what a story.
But yeah, Hamida Djandoubi and the guillotine.
What a story.
Thank you for telling us that.
Thank you guys for listening. I really
That horrifying tale.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that beautiful, beautiful tale our way.
that was a wild one, right? Yeah.
That was crazy.
It really was.
And he was evil.
Also, can I just take a second before we go? Can I give you guys your flowers really quick? Because you guys had Holly Madison on your podcast a couple times. And I love her story and who she is. And when I think about my youth and what TV was in the early 2000s and how women were exploited so crazy, like everything about the early 2000s was like pixelated mouths and pixelated bodies and, Anna Nicole Smith and Holly Madison and all these people who imagine what an Anna Nicole Smith podcast would be today. She's probably such an interesting and amazing person, but she was like exploited by the powers that be at the time of what they thought people wanted to see from reality television. Mm-hmm. And to hear her go on your platform and tell a story and just be like a person, I don't mean to say it in a misogynistic way, but like,
no, it's
to
true.
see her
No,
get
you're
to
right.
be a person is like, it was like really cool. Cause I only know her from the Girls Next Door show. And
to get to be like her own person.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and she's such an interesting person. Her and Bridget are so sweet.
So smart.
So sweet, so smart, so interesting, so like multifaceted.
And so kind. I love them.
They're just like, and it's like, I want everybody to know that. Like, they're so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, they are not just from the Girls Next Door. Because I used to love that show when I was younger. Like,
same.
We used to watch it.
Yeah.
And now you watch it so different. You're like, that was
I
not
know.
entertaining.
You're like, damn.
That was
Shit.
dark.
No, but thank you. It's like, she's
thank you.
amazing. I highly recommend. And Girls Next Level, their podcast is
so good,
so interesting to listen to.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys, I just wanted to shout you guys out because I thought that was really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, you need to go listen to Affirmative Murder. I'm telling you, we don't recommend things lightly here.
No,
you
we
know
don't.
that. So go run over and gobble up that feed because you just heard the storytelling ability. It's
Chef's kiss.
everything you need. And if you guys want to like shout out anything you have coming up, any of your socials, anything you want to shout out, feel free.
Just Affirmative Murder. Fran is taking up DJing, so you might be able to see
Ooh.
him.
Yeah.
Maybe get a resident. They're giving out residencies in Vegas like hotcakes these days.
I'm trying to
So
get one.
you might catch Vegas spinning some records in Vegas this summer. But other than that, Affirmative Murder, you can catch us on all the social media platforms and chat it up. We're on there talking it up with people and all that kind of good stuff. Affirmative Murders every Thursday. And we also do a listener tale style thing on Mondays where our listeners send us in crazy stories from their hometowns and stuff like that. So those are Monday. And yeah, Affirmative Murder. Check us out. If you'd like.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Rob.
No, you don't have a choice. Do it.
Do it. Keep it that weird. All right, guys. So go listen to Affirmative Murder, and we hope you keep listening, and we hope you keep
it
weird.
But not so weird that you don't listen to I was going to say Affirmative Murder, but I stumbled.
we kind of did that.
Oh, man.
Talk about regrets. We all know someone who's been in a car accident and said, I don't need to call a lawyer, only to regret it after their pain and damages were worse than expected. When someone hurts you, you deserve to be compensated fairly. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, fighting for the people for over 35 years. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com/podcast. That's forthepeople.com/podcast. Their fee is free unless they win.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in, and that's too late. SimpliSafe is changing that.
Stop. This is SimpliSafe. Police are on the way.
We don't just alert, we stop crime before it starts. SimpliSafe, plan starting around $1 a day. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplisafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a SimpliSafe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplisafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.